What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate.
Now,
maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce. And they're not going to share that with her.
Yvette knows. I got the receipts. I still have the receipts.
Women who are supporting Cassie, who maybe have some stories about you that might feel a bit similar, you need to be put on mute. This is not your time.
The streets are buzzing with talk that Jason Lee might be sitting on some explosive tea about Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage. People online are even saying he may have tried to warn everyone about a possible split long before anyone caught on. If you've been paying attention, you probably remember Jason stirring controversy on his talk show months ago, throwing subtle shade at Queen Bey and hinting he knew something about her relationship with Jay. He even suggested on camera that he had inside information unless Beyoncé sent Kelly Rowland to support his platform. At the time, fans clowned him and brushed it off as attention-seeking. But now, with fresh rumors swirling that Beyoncé could be ready to walk away, people are replaying Jason's words and asking the same question: did he already know? Because suddenly, the whole situation is looking way messier than anyone expected.
We can take it back a step further. We can go all the way back to when he was trying to get with Aaliyah. The Foxy rumors. This man has a legit history of what he's allegedly doing to Beyonce now. So why is it so far-fetched to y'all to think that he's not doing the same thing to Beyonce? Just because it's Beyonce? I'm gonna need y'all to take y'all stand caps off and put your thinking caps on.
Here's how the whole Jason Lee situation really kicked off. It all traces back to December, when Jason reportedly felt some type of way after Beyoncé left him off the guest list for her Renaissance movie premiere in London. According to Jason, Beyoncé invited multiple influencers to the event, but he wasn't one of them. He went on camera upset, accusing her of not supporting black media. Jason also claimed he spent around $40,000 on Renaissance concert tickets and merch for his team, believing that level of support would secure him an invite. But that invitation never came. Meanwhile, other influencers who Jason felt had shown far less loyalty and spent far less money were reportedly celebrating right alongside Beyoncé that night, which only fueled the tension even more.
I think optically, when you don't include other black leaders in the culture in the fold, I mean, not just take me out of it. The Breakfast Club, I mean, you should have honored and brought more black. And I spent thousands of over $40,000 in tickets and shared the experience with friends. And I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go great.
Now here's where things really escalated. After Jason went on his rant, he jumped back on his show and started hinting at so-called dirt he claimed to have on Beyoncé. The guests looked stunned, jaws dropped, eyes wide, like they couldn't believe what they were hearing. But Jason didn't stop there. He pushed it even further, suggesting on air that he'd stay quiet about these alleged secrets if Beyoncé could pull some strings and get Kelly Rowland to sit down with him for an interview. It was a bold, shocking moment that instantly sent the internet into a frenzy.
I'm going to tell them while Johnny puts a beep, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions.
Ooh.
And that's where I go back. We're friends. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood Live? Oh, there's one more thing. Beat this, Johnny.
Woo!
So that in itself, I think Beyonce could have gave me a...
Maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce, and they're not going to share that with her.
No. Now, if I get that message to Beyonce, I'm connected. I could get the message to Beyonce. You know that, Yvette, we're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland, then it's going to be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts.
Back then, fans brushed Jason's rant off as bitterness and clout chasing, convinced he didn't have any real tea on Beyoncé. But fast forward to now, and the rumor mill is spinning out of control with whispers that Beyoncé might actually be ready to split from Jay-Z. Social media is connecting the dots, asking if this is the very secret Jason was hinting at all along. For anyone wondering where these divorce rumors even came from, here's the context. Jay-Z has already admitted to past infidelity, and over the years he's been linked to multiple women. But the latest drama really ignited when people started digging into Jay's long-standing ties with Diddy. Word online is that Beyoncé may have been blindsided by alleged business dealings between Jay and Diddy, pushing her to distance herself before the situation spirals further. Everyone knows Jay-Z and Diddy were close for decades, almost like brothers, but that bond reportedly started looking shaky right before Cassie's lawsuit dropped. In one interview, Diddy bragged that only two people in the world get to call him Sean, his mother and Jay-Z, painting their relationship as unbreakable. But some people believe he already knew legal trouble was coming, with reports claiming he had tried to settle quietly for years. Now, some are convinced Diddy name-dropped Jay as a warning, like saying, "If I fall, others might fall too." The speculation gets even darker, with industry rumors suggesting Jay and Diddy may have more in common than people realize. Jaguar Wright added fuel to the fire with explosive claims, saying Jay could be worse and that his silence isn't loyalty, but fear that if Diddy talks, more secrets could come out, including rumors about what really happens behind closed doors in Jay and Beyoncé's marriage.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
This been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
But the tea doesn't stop there, it gets even hotter. Jaguar didn't just call Jay out, she dug into long-running industry rumors about him allegedly being involved with much younger women. Names like Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Tiara Mari, and even Rihanna have been whispered for years, and fans haven't forgotten those conversations. On top of that, people still side-eye his connection toward Kelly, especially since Jay reportedly refused to fully cut ties even after Kelly's crimes came into public view. That decision alone raised serious questions and only added more fuel to the growing skepticism surrounding him.
Oh, Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
And on top of everything else, even Beyoncé's own fans have been side-eyeing her relationship with Jay for years. The timeline of how they met has always felt a little murky. Beyoncé has said she was 18 when they first crossed paths and that they began dating about a year later. But in a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z appeared to stumble when asked how long he'd known her, nervously suggesting they'd met nearly 10 years earlier. That single comment set off alarm bells, with fans immediately questioning the timeline and raising eyebrows all over again.
Wow, a long time. How long? 10 years? However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
But did you say to yourself at that time, "Wow"?
That's a fantastic talent.
Was that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
When people do the math on that comment, it points back to 1997, a time when Beyoncé would have been around 15 or 16 while Jay was already in his late 20s. That age gap alone has fans digging deep into his past, and the conversations aren't flattering. Online whispers claim that before Beyoncé, Jay was allegedly close to Foxy Brown when she was still very young, promising to help turn her into a star. Some people even compare it to the situation Diddy had with Cassie, pointing out the power imbalance and age difference. The rumors don't stop there. Over the years, claims have circulated that Jay allegedly introduced Beyoncé to substances, an accusation repeated by someone described as a former associate of her family. According to those claims, Jay is said to hold the power in their relationship, controlling the direction and calling the shots. None of this has been proven, but the allegations are intense, and they've only added fuel to an already explosive conversation.
Yeah, Beyonce's on. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Jaguar didn't hold back at all, claiming Beyoncé is essentially trapped, living like a prisoner in a gilded cage. Surrounded by luxury on the outside, but, according to her, lacking real freedom on the inside.
Talking about free Britney, y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
But here's the twist that really sent the divorce rumors into overdrive. Jay-Z recently stepped in to defend Beyoncé at the Grammys, calling out the Academy for never awarding her the long-overdue Album of the Year. At first, people applauded him, giving Jay credit for standing up for his wife. But sharp-eyed fans noticed something felt off. Beyoncé didn't look moved, she looked tense, almost irritated. And then came the moment that truly raised eyebrows. While praising her on stage, Jay didn't even call her Beyoncé. He referred to her as "this young lady." That strange choice of words instantly set social media buzzing with questions about what's really going on behind the scenes.
So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won album of the year. That doesn't work.
And then comes the moment that had everyone scratching their heads. Right after Jay finished his speech, he, Beyoncé, and Blue Ivy left the Grammys. Strange, right? Especially since Jay was there to accept his own Global Impact Award. He shows respect for the Grammys by taking the award, yet calls them out for supposedly snubbing Beyoncé. And even wilder, why put her on the spot in front of millions, only to not call her by name or even say my wife? Fans couldn't shake the weird vibes, comparing the moment to when Diddy shouted out Cassie just months before her lawsuit dropped. On top of that, word is Beyoncé's been grinding harder than ever, pushing her haircare line, dropping a fresh album, all on a money mission. Rumors suggest she's building her own empire, separate from Jay, ahead of any fallout from his alleged dealings with Diddy. People are connecting dots to Jason Lee, who teased tea on Beyoncé right after Cassie's lawsuit blew up, and fans are shook. This situation is messier than a spilled drink at a club. Jason might be sitting on serious tea about Jay and Beyoncé that could shake the game if he ever spills it. Nobody knows if he will, but one thing's for sure, when Jason talks, he doesn't hold back. Social media is already lit with opinions, and fans aren't shocked at the thought that Jay-Z could be exposed as even worse than Diddy. But here's the twist, some people aren't seeing Beyoncé as the victim either. Many believe she might be stressed about her own skeletons falling out if Jay goes down, making this drama unpredictable. So, what do you think? Is Beyoncé really ready to file, or is she too deep in this empire to pull the plug? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you in the next video.